Hey everybody, I'm back again. I'm doing another vlog pod while I can before the craziness of the holidays. So this video might be a little behind. I don't know when it's gonna be published out, but yeah, it's pretty much holiday season is upon us and I'm just trying to get through it all. But I watched the next episode of Thousand Pound Best Friends. I was behind once again. I'm very behind on them. And oh my gosh, this is season 3, episode 3, I believe. And I hope I'm right on that because I always get everything kind of confused. But this episode started off following up with Tina because Tina is at is it Dr. Proctor? I get them all confused. Well, she goes to the doctor and she weighs in. I liked the scene where she mentioned that she has to have a sip of soda because that resonated with me. And the doctor's like, do you really need a sip of soda? She's like, I have to have a sip, at least a sip, just a taste. He's like, you don't really need that though, right? But she does. And I understand that. But that's the trouble. One sip, one bite, one chip. It'll get you in trouble. It never just stays at one, right? It turns into the whole soda or 2 sodas or the whole pan of brownies or the whole bag of potato chips. So that's the problem with getting just one sip or one taste. It activates something in your brain that says, oh, have it all, have more. And I just can't stand that. That drives me crazy. So I was thinking of doing another talk about it kind of vlog pod where I talk about how to get rid of those cravings. It's mostly related to sugar, right? Sugar or salt. They can be very addicting. And what is the right method to get rid of it? Is it to, quit it cold turkey or slowly ease off of it? And I don't know. I've tried both and the one that won for me was the cold turkey, but it is very difficult at the beginning because quitting cold turkey is just so hard. But I'll talk about that another time. I gotta get through this video because I have a feeling I'm gonna ramble and it's gonna be long otherwise. So Tina weighs in, the new Tina. It's not the last season Tina. She weighs in and she's pretty much stayed the same. I think she has a slight half-pound gain. And she was supposed to lose 10 pounds. She's supposed to get to 151, 150 area. And she weighs in and she's maintained basically. She's at 161 point something. I think she was 161 the last time she weighed in. And the doctor's all disappointed, but she was happy. She was like, oh, I thought I gained so much more because her husband mentioned that she eats a lot of cake and that can really rack up the calories and really rack up the weight gain. So she ends up maintaining. She's very happy with that, but he's not. And he tells her he can't approve her for any progress towards weight loss surgery until she shows him some kind of loss. And she tells her she's got to do a fasting liquid diet and try to lose the 10 pounds that way. I'm not sure how I feel about that. The whole liquid diet thing. I don't know, there's not much value in liquids. There's no protein. Maybe you can get some vitamins in. If it's milk, you can get some protein that way, but I think they give them weight loss shakes, which probably does have vitamins now that I think about it. So I'm not sure. It's almost starvation. If you think about it, it's just liquids and you're at maybe 1,000 calories per day or less. And as we see with Vanessa later, that really affects your body. So I'm going to go ahead and transition to that. It goes to Vanessa next, and she's going to a hair salon because after being on a restricted diet from the surgery all this time, her hair has pretty much fallen out. I like what she said. She said that as she is shrunk, her confidence has actually grown, which is kind of funny to her. That one thing's shrinking, the other thing's growing. Very funny. I liked that. And it's true. The more you lose, you do get confident. It's true. I've had that in my life where when I got to my goal weight the last time, felt like a different person almost, but just braver. Now that I've had a regain, kind of back to square one. And I'm trying to fix things. I really am. It's just been difficult. But anyways, she's going to the salon to try to correct her hair because her hair is unfortunately falling out. You can see that the ends are damaged and broken off. And I completely 100% relate to that as well. Every time I lose weight, it seems like my hair is affected immediately. My hair is already hard to grow. It's hard to retain its length already. So when I'm at my heaviest, my hair's so thick and wonderful and luxurious and beautiful, and I love that. But when I am losing weight, that's usually one of the first things to change. And it's very annoying for me because it's like you work so hard to get your body this way and be braver and friendly and nice and wonderful. Then your hair doesn't reflect that anymore, and your nails are brittle and all these other little side effects. But that also comes with, I don't know what my excuse is, but they are coming off of this surgery that restricts them to maybe 1,000 calories a day, maybe 1,500. They got to be careful though, because they can stretch out their stomach, right? So for me, I do tend to go a little overboard. I don't get enough protein. I'll still hit my calorie levels, but I don't get enough protein during the day. I've tried vitamins, supplements, all of those things. They kind of help a little bit, but I really got to focus on my protein and my vitamin intake. So, because I don't have the problem of the small stomach, so I can't use that excuse. So I relate. Vanessa goes to the salon. She tries on wigs. They're like synthetic wigs, and they look really good on her. And well, the first ones, I didn't like them. They looked like, I don't want to say anything mean, but they looked like, for women that are not Vanessa, just different. I'm not going to go to, you know what I'm trying to say. So she didn't like them. She said they reminded her of her mother or her grandmother or someone else, but not her. And then the last wig was the one. It was her. It was just her whole personality and everything. So that worked out great. Then we move on to the next part of the episode, and it goes to Megan. Oh my gosh. And Megan she has this crazy idea. I don't know if this was her specific idea or if it was a producer with the show that suggested this, because in the previous episodes, she's talking about how she wants a jump start on her metabolism and on her diet, and she wants to do good again because she's kind of stuck, kind of like me, stuck in this limbo. And she decides, like I said, I don't know whose idea it was, but she decides to gather the girls and go do this ice bath challenge. And they invite Vanessa, so that's nice. Their friendship is rekindled after the talk from the last episode. We'll see how long that lasts. But they do go do the ice bath, and the lady at the ice bath place tells them that in order for it to be effective, you got to sit in this ice bath for minimum 2 minutes, and other people will go more, I'm sure. And they're like, oh, okay. And they seem kind of against it. I think anyone would be, because it's freezing cold water. And oh my gosh, of course, Vanessa throws in this raunchy question about if it helps down there and, helps things shrink to a smaller state and back to where it was. And the lady is like, yeah, it does. Sure. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if any of this is true. The whole ice bath thing, it seems a little sketchy, in my opinion. Sure, I'm sure there are some benefits, some real life scientific benefits, but I think they kind of over exaggerate, in my opinion. But yeah, so they decide to do the ice bath. And first time Megan goes in, she doesn't even make it half a minute. I think she gets to 35 seconds. I'm really not 100% on that. But she gets to about that time and she's like, I'm done, I'm getting out. And she's like yelling, and oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how cold that would be. That would drive me crazy. I think I wouldn't last 1 second, which is what happened with Vanessa. Vanessa gets in and her feet barely touch the ground and she's like, nope, that's it, I'm done. And she gets out immediately. That would totally be me. I'm not putting my body through those things. I'm sorry, especially freezing cold. No, there's just no way. That's like painful, it's so cold, it's painful. But then Ashley, she's determined. She's like, I'm going to try and do this. I want this to work. I'm going for it. And she gets in to the ice bath and she manages to make it pretty far. She gets to, I think, about a minute, 10 seconds maybe. And then she gets out and she's like, yeah, I think that's enough. And then suddenly Megan's like, I want to try again. I am determined to make this work. And I think it's stubbornness and it was like her idea. So she wants to prove that she can do it. Or maybe she's just trying to prove it to herself, right? But, I love her for that. She gets into the ice bath and she's kind of screaming again. And I think she kind of got used to it after a while because she surprisingly makes it the whole 2 minutes. And she even goes over. She goes to 2 minutes, 15 seconds, which, wow, I guess she got used to it. There is a point where you get numb and you don't really feel it anymore. And that's totally what happened to her because she even said, she's like, I cannot feel my body at all. And Ashley's like, yeah, that's true. I felt that too. And they get out and it's just a funny little part of the episode. And after that, they go on to the next segment, which is the support group meeting with Scott and everyone is there. And I really, really am loving it. I'm loving how refocused this season has become on weight loss and their goals and community and the side effects of weight loss, like what Vanessa's going through and the hair falling out. And in the support meeting, they go over Ashley wants to have a baby, which is similar to what Amy went through after she had her surgery. And she just kind of let it happen. I think she did ask the doctor, but it just kind of happened anyways. She got pregnant. Ashley let the support group know that she's getting older and she basically wants to have a baby. And Tina reports she's going to have surgery. There's the lady there, Seneca. She's kind of new. They kind of talk with her a little bit. And Vanessa mentions that she wants to find love. And she starts to cry a little bit because she says she's still letting men walk all over her because she's lonely and she doesn't care who it is. If they're gonna spend time with her, she wants to spend time with her. And I really felt for her there because that's a rough position to be in. And when you're lonely like that and you just want any attention, like Scott said, he's like, you're doing it for the attention, right? And I really liked Seneca in this part because she basically said that, I am at my highest weight right now, but I would never let any man, any date of mine tell me how to be or how to act. And I'm going to be my own person. I'm going to be an individual. And you got to have pride in yourself, no matter what size you're at, And I really liked that. And Vanessa liked that too, but she was still a little upset. And Scott was so sweet. And he told her that they would make this promise that they would text each other every day saying that they are worthy to themselves, basically saying, I myself am worthy. And they would text it every day like a challenge commitment. And it was funny because I got kind of a little bit of a chemistry vibe going on between them. But I got a chemistry kind of vibe between them. And she basically said, you're too bad you're not my type. I'm not going to say exactly what she said. But she said, if only you were my type, you'd be perfect. So I don't know. Who knows? You never know. They might get together or they might not. We'll just see what happens. So the rest of the episode basically goes to this dating thing. It's a speed dating. Oh, you know what? I skipped the part where I'm going to say really quick. Ashley does go to the doctor and she does ask him about having a baby. She asks him if she can go ahead and proceed and get referrals to, baby doctors. But after the weigh-in, she has lost 100 pounds, but he tells her that he want her much closer to her goal weight, which is actually in the 160 range. That's pretty low. It depends how tall she is. I don't know how tall she is, but that is pretty low. And she's already lost 100 pounds, so that's going to be like another year, she said, to lose that much. And it's kind of risky because she's already at that age range where it's high risk to have a baby. And after a few years, she might not have the chance at all, right? So I can understand why she was upset about that. But going back, they do go to the speed dating thing. I don't know if Ashley decided to do this in defiance and she just wants to meet someone anyways, like Amy, and go for it. I really don't know. I do not know. But Vanessa and Scott go too, which they're all single and looking, so why not? I thought it was so cute that they all went together like that. But speed dating, I don't know. Speed dating's so awkward, and how can you really get to know a person in 1 minute and it not be awkward and embarrassing? And oh, I don't know if I could go through that. And it was awkward. I think the worst part, Vanessa gets this guy that sits down and he is so not, you can tell he's so not into this. He's in another dimension. He's barely answering her questions. He's kind of whisper answering and mumbling. Oh, I was frustrated for her in that moment. And then suddenly he just gets up and walks away. Like, what? He doesn't even say anything. I think she's in the middle of talking too. While she's mid-sentence, he just gets up and walks to, who knows, the bathroom? I don't know. And Vanessa's just stunned and she's like, did he go to the bathroom? What? He didn't even say like, I gotta go, I'm sorry, or excuse me, nothing. He just walks away. And I don't know if this was planted or if this was a real person or what's going on. It was shocking. It was very shocking. But he was out and Vanessa almost tears up, but I loved it that she came back from it because she was like, you know what? Move on to the next person, whatever. Screw him. I will just talk to the next one. Bye. So that was good. I really enjoyed that. And that's the confidence I want, you know? And it worked out for her because then another guy comes and they're into each other. And you can tell they're definitely into, I'm not going to go too much into it, but I'm not sure how things, you know, but it seems like they're both very into each other. So much, in fact, that afterwards, Vanessa sneaks her phone number, which is against the rules. She sneaks her phone number into this guy's hand, and that's definitely against the rules. We'll see if they get together, too. Ashley meets a couple of guys. There's one guy with a conspiracy theory thing, and she's like, nope, not happening. But she meets another guy, and he likes that she's real because she wants to see his whole face, no sunglasses, and he likes how down to earth she is, which I like that in a person as well. As far as friendships go and things like that, I don't want anything fake, right? Or hidden. And then Scott, he does pretty good for himself too. One of the girls said he was giving all his insecurities out, and that was kind of not what she'd like to hear, which I understand. But another girl, they kind of vibed, but the problem is she's a chef and she loves to cook and he loves to eat, he said. So he was like, I think we're, but that's dangerous, right? I got kind of like feeder vibes, but I know that's probably not she's about. She just likes to cook, she said, and he was very interested when he heard that, and they kind of hit it off too. But we'll see what happens in the next episode. I am so excited, you know? I hope things work out for all of them, and I can't wait to watch the next one. I'm going to wrap it up here because it's getting long again and I'm rambling. I hope you're all having a motivational day and doing something small and happy for yourselves. If not, I am sorry. I hope you can turn it around. Just one small little baby step. Sometimes that's all it takes and you'll feel better for the rest of the day. And that's what I'm working on for myself. You know, I'm working on taking my own thoughts and opinions and advice as well. So thank you all so much for listening to this rambling. If you are, if not, then I'm talking to myself. But have a great day. Have a motivating day. I'll talk to you all whenever I get to the next. Bye.